we are also picking up details, Tanushree, at the moment of how TMC protests have broken out against the raids outside Mr. Ghatak's residence. Let me go across to Tamal, who's joining us with more on these protests. Yes, Tamal.
Well, that's right. A handful of Trinamool Congress workers, claim themselves to be Trinamool Congress workers. They've assembled outside Moloy Ghatak's residence in Asansol. Mind it, it is the official residence of Moloy Ghatak in Asansol, and where the raids are currently underway. Now, there are two houses of Moloy Ghatak. One where he actually stays, and there is another peripheral property where two city officials have gone and they have inspected the area. Eventually, they have come back to the house where Moloy Ghatak stays at the weekend. Mind you, Moloy Ghatak is the local emitter of Asansol, and Asansol plays a very significant role in the entire alleged scam probe, because Asansol is a coal belt. You have the coal belt right under Asansol. And the first arrest which has happened in the alleged coal case was an employee of the ECL. Now, ECL is also in Asansol, and that arrest in a way had opened the Pandora's box that also led to the arrest of Ashok Maji. Now, Ashok Maji Lala is alleged to be a conduit who had worked at the behest of High and Mighty. Who was this High and Mighty cannot be confirmed, because CBI so far in the charge sheet submitted has maintained that Ashok Maji Lala, along with local musclemen and of course the security people of ECL had been conducting this entire alleged coal theft case. Yes, it is important to understand that Moloy Ghatak, who is the law minister of the state, also happens to be a local MLA of Asansol, and the region is Asansol where the alleged incident of coal theft has happened. Yes, it's a fact that Abhishek Banerjee has been examined by Enforcement Directorate. Yes, it's a fact that Enforcement Directorate had also examined Moloy Ghatak once in the past 1 year, ever since he had been summoned multiple times. But as far as the investigation into the alleged coal theft is concerned, it has been started with the arrest of ECL security person and other people, other officials of ECL, which in a way brought to light the alleged coal theft which exists as a dark underbelly in Asansol. Moloy Ghatak, being a local MLA and of course has been a minister in Mamata Banerjee's cabinet, it is super significant to understand on what basis CBI has simply gone out and raided his house, but is currently raiding 8 places, out of which 7 are Moloy Ghatak's own residences. You have one official residence in Kolkata which is being raided. The quarter where Moloy Ghatak stays is also being raided in Kolkata. Both the houses in Asansol have been raided. A businessman allegedly known to be close to Moloy Ghatak in Asansol is also being raided. So given the fact that it's a multi-pronged raid on part of CBI, in connection with the alleged coal theft case, it only possibly signifies that CBI has come into the race with something in the hand, and we are also being given to understand, as far as the Asansol residence is concerned, a locksmith was called. Why? Because CS officers are saying that once they had entered into one particular room of Moloy Ghatak in that very house, there is one cupboard which is locked, and his wife who is also there. CBI sources say has in a way suggested that she doesn't have the lock, the key of that cupboard, and the reason why a locksmith has also been called. The CBI sources are saying that they are going through each and every document. The inspection of all these properties are on, and all these properties which have this connection with Moloy Ghatak now is under the raids of CBI, makes it very, very interesting as far as the alleged coal theft case is concerned and the investigation is concerned. Yes, it's a fact. Trinamool Congress all along has maintained that this is nothing but political vendetta. In fact, a couple of days back, we have seen Trinamool Congress coming out all out against the Union Home Ministry, suggesting that the coal reserves come under the responsibility of CISF, which comes under essentially the MHA, and also as far as cattle smuggling is concerned, which allegedly happens to borders, and borders come under the responsibility of BSF, once again come under the MHA. So Trinamool Congress has suggested all along or made allegations that these raids by CBI and Enforcement Directorate are nothing but acts of political vendetta alleging that central agencies
All
are
right.
being misused by the central government. But at this point in time, come back to the point, yes, raids are on. The raids are on since for the past 2.5 hours. We have to wait and see as what unfolds as the day unfolds.
Okay, all right. I'll come back to you, Tamal. We have Pradeep Bhattacharya also joining us on this broadcast. He's joining us on the phone line. Mr. Bhattacharya, now that's a common opposition allegation coming in that these central agencies are being misused one after the other against Congress leaders, against TMC leaders, against several leaders of the opposition party. But what do you make of these raids? They're being carried out in Kolkata, in Asansol, and more details that the CBI is now beginning to unearth.
Hello, look, as I understand that Mr. Gatak was called by CBI so many times, but he did not attend. That's why possibly the CBI decided to raid his house. Moloy Ghatak would have met them and have talked to them. Unnecessarily, he is facing this problem. So it is the investigation agency who have been doing all these things.
But sir, the Enforcement Directorate had also summoned Mr. Gatak, and there have been details that have come to light to indicate how he was not cooperating all that much with the Enforcement Directorate. And the CBI now has to step in, because remember, we're not just talking about one TMC leader here. If we talk about this very case, Abhishek Banerjee too has been summoned by the Enforcement Directorate.
I don't know about all these things. This complication is there. So many cross currents are flowing. Nobody knows what will be taken place. So everything depends on the court and the agency. So I don't think that it is the right time to intervene in this subject and to comment it.
And that's what's been said by these agencies as well. Let the investigations conclude is when perhaps someone can come out with comments and question as to why these investigations did not come out with anything, if that's the end result. Thank you for that.